Hi folks, welcome again to the World Cup. So it's still semi-finals, and the first match between France and Catalonia has now been decided, so France winning that one very comfortably, but China against Germany still to be completed, and yes, as you can see, China has actually won the first 3 games, so they are in a great position there, and we will be watching game 4 today, which is actually seems like it could be good for Germany. So we have the Bara Wars deck from Team China that is, we saw it in one of the previous rounds, so can get some power very passively with Heads on Spikes and Winter Festival, and plays the Throne and Chamber. And the characters basically are, it's a lore package with some Nil there, and yeah, fiery followers and Edric, stuff like that helps with dominance. So nothing that special here, and the Harris is the reset and duel, which is I don't think is going to hit very heavily here. Fist for Crows to gain power as well, forgot to mention that. And it's up against a burn deck from the German team that actually is looks like it could have a good matchup because it has the Daenerys, and there is only one milk, and all the strength on the opposing side very low for Baratheon. So if she triggers when events are played, she will be killing stuff pretty easily. Have Khal Drogo for additional military challenges, potentially Barristan Selmy, so some high costers that could be dueled, I guess. But not that many. Have the hatchlings and the 6-cost dragon as usual, and nothing for the locations, just Meereen for draw, and there is economy. And the burn events here, so Dracarys, Consuming Flames. This one, Dragon is no slave, that works without having the characters participate, so this is the key one. And with Daenerys in play, just goes crazy in the challenges phase. And yeah, Blood of the Dragon, as you can expect, March here as well. First Snow also is going to hurt Baratheon. Mad King's Command and the Father, okay, that maybe not that good. But let's see, so the game is supposed to have started, let's see if that's the case. Yes. And we are in the opening round, and already we have Drogon in play, but nailed by Melisandre this round. So the agenda is Sea of Blood, so if military is won, then you can search for the burn stuff, especially this one, right? The most dangerous one. Dragon is no slave, and you can get your tokens on it as well for playing the events cheaply. Yeah, we played a couple of practice games with Palpa ahead of this game. Wanted to try the Bara Wars deck that performed so well in the game I recorded earlier in the tournament, and I did win one where I found a milk immediately for Daenerys. There's just one copy, as I said. But then on the rematch, when that was not the case, yeah, the game went downhill really quickly. So I'm quite optimistic for Germany and for Targaryen in this one. So that's the first round done with, and let's see what Heads on Spikes hit. Yeah, the Dragon is no slave event. That's almost perfect for Targaryen, really, because you can get that back in hand at some point. So that's some power missing. Still, Baratheon goes up to 3 and has Melisandre to keep kneeling Drogon. Won't be able to stand with Delena also here, and there's not that much stand anyway. And discarding the chamber for reserve means that there surely has to be another one in hand here. So Drogon can keep being nailed, but then the other characters will surely win military by 5. And Kindly Man also puts tokens on to help with the econ. We have the Father against Winter Festival, so that will hit again. Yeah, it gains power quickly, does Baratheon, so Burn will need to start, and Daenerys is the key card. Or at least Khal Drogo, he could reduce the board. Well, it's not great, so the full set of dragons is here, but what can they do? They can get the unopposed, right? Because you don't want to put characters into challenges. But that's not enough power compared to Baratheon's Winter Festival and potentially dominance if the throne is played. Let's see what Red Priest removes. Rare to see that used these days with so many decks choosing Traitor to the Crown as the restricted card. It's going to make Vodka is going to make a good mental note here of what exactly the hand is like, which events are there that can hurt him in the challenges phase, and this one will be coming back at some point. Here comes the throne. Surely the chamber to follow. No! So that's a very unusual card to discard for reserve, and 3 gold is left here. Okay, that's getting another card there. Yeah, so carrying some gold into the challenges phase is not a complete waste for Baratheon. There is Sin in Flames, 3 copies. In the Name of Your King, another interesting one. And a copy of Ritual of Lore. That is, I have not seen played competitively at any point, but you can potentially gain power just by keeping characters out of challenges. And then in Dominance, put power on them, but probably best to do when you are going for the win, right? Otherwise that power can quickly be lost. Misses on the search. So the burn event back in hand, and now Kindly Man has to do the power challenge, I think, even if it's going to be lost. No, because you do want him to stand, right? To put tokens on. There's 3 here, so that's plenty, but you could remove tokens from Jorah, because he's about to get sacrificed. But he can kneel on defense. Well, yeah, cancel for that. So Vodka knew it was coming. He saw the hand more than once, and taking this opportunity to get rid of the Consuming Flames. And here is a Kindly Man defending. And up to 7 with dominance. Now, here's the thing, right? So you can play another Winter Festival and a Feast for Crows that's just going to gain power regardless of what Targaryen does. And there is also a second copy of Heads on Spikes, and with Seen in Flames seeing the hand, and now the father returning another character. If it's character heavy, you could play that. Does not remove the betrayal token, goes for the blood token on the agenda instead. And Melisandre is back in hand, but she just comes back with another kneel. So Heads on Spikes, you could... Oh. You could go first, I was going to say, and draw some cards that maybe are non-characters. Yeah, the odds are not in your favor if you do that anyway, because there's more than half of the cards in the deck are characters. So Barristan not only dead, there's also free power, and now with second Winter Festival and a Feast for Crows, seems like Targaryen might be lost here. Just checking hand again what the threats are, and if there's nothing that serious, then I think Melisandre can come into Nil Drogon. Yeah. That was the danger, going second. Daenerys removed. And now what? Okay, so Melisandre surely is going to Nil Drogon after the connection problems are resolved. And no gold left this time for any tricks. So if there are events to be played, they will be successful. Well, not great. And I think pass is the thing to do, right? Unless you know the hand and know that there is nothing to stop your, for instance, your power challenge going through here. It looks like that's the case. Going for intrigue. Yeah, Palpa can't afford to concede any more power for unopposed. Has to take care of this. I think this is probably playing the event to give Red Priest 0 strength, so you don't need to use characters to defend, and then when the regular attacks he can grab it back. With Daenerys in play, there was gold, right? With Great Hall would have been so much better. Just play that. Burn probably both Red Priests. Okay, get this one back. This is not sure what this is doing if it's in hand. Yeah, this one is even more important. If you can win it, you should. On defense, I mean. Just looking at the plot, so what can be done with those red priests. If you play first snow, you get your cards back. It's a bit late at that point though. And then they come back next round and just trigger their abilities. And this time there was a Dracarys. And I think, yeah, hand knowledge, so attacking into that, knowing that it could happen. So first snow, then after that they get remarshalled and trigger again. There is Blood of the Dragon if you think you can burn them with the dragon is now slave, it's possible. There is March to the Wall, now that it's down to 3 characters, and maybe less after military challenge happens. And Mad King's Command, maybe not at this point. So is there still time for this to turn around? Time of Plenty was the opening, so can block Winter Festival. I'm just thinking, so Winter Festival with Feast for Crows, that's 2 rounds where there's basically 4 passive power and dominance very likely, right? So that's 6 power, and Vodka is on 9. If he had the chamber, I think he would be winning the game, but he discarded it for reserve earlier. Interesting that he attacked on 2 challenges. Yeah, I think it's not slow play as much as probably lag here and disconnections. He attacked on 2 challenges with that Dracarys in hand and Dragon is now slave. I was thinking maybe just pass at this point, try not to get anything killed, take your passive power in dominance. And going for this one as well. Now is there more burn or does he force a defender this time? Still keeps Melisandre standing to win power on defense. Yeah. So now I think Palpa needs to get that Dragon is now slave on the power challenge to push it through successfully. Even though, yeah, it seems like military would be really nice here, right? Well, he has 2 copies and no limit on the agenda with 2 tokens, so no, it's not quite enough. If you do military and then yeah, you can do power with the loyalist and trigger both on the power challenge, and then they're back in the discard pile. It's not brilliant, but it gets him a good round here at least. Or does he just go for military? Kill one of the red priests, march the other. I don't think time is a problem, so it's 35 minutes left. If Baratheon is going to win, it's going to be in the next 2 rounds. Or 3 with the dominance power. And if that doesn't happen, I think there's plenty of time against an empty board. what do you do here? So one took unexpected return. The other took Danny, but I think it possibly the other one getting marched, right? So maybe it doesn't matter that much. Yeah, not just the internet, probably has to use some tricks here to even be able to play on the Iron Throne. It's not going to be a problem, don't obsess about it. It's not going to time this. So the unexpected return is back. There is no gold even with the tokens. And I think you keep it, right, until after Dohaeris. If indeed Dohaeris gets played. Could go Winter Festival, Feast for Crows. Then Dohaeris. Okay, kept both of the events in hand, which means he couldn't push the power challenge through. But now it's not so bad, right? He has two of them, and he could even go... He could go Marched, or he could go Blood of the Dragon. That kills the Red Priest, and he gets Daenerys back that way. Let's see what Baratheon does. Does he just go for the two plots that gain power, or does he try to salvage something on the board state? Go for counting coppers, maybe. Ah, the passive power, okay. So marching the Red Priest or Melisandre. Red Priest and Rhaegal on the other side. We know there is an unexpected return if he is needed, but doesn't seem like he is, so he's not giving Daenerys anything because she doesn't have the Stormborn trait. And Dracarys is also not needed at this point. One priest left, by the way, to grab Daenerys now. But Palpa this time goes first, and there she is. So she desperately needs to be milked here. Otherwise, anything that's marshaled is just getting killed, I think. One copy of the 6-cost Selisi in the deck. She would also be pretty decent here. She would kneel the board, and then Melisandre kneels Daenerys. Then Palpa needs to play probably that unexpected return to get anything out of this round. Okay, that was... wonder if that was the lag problem again. Because he used 3 reducers on a 2-cost character. Well, if the game turns around, I still think that Chamber getting discarded was a big misplay. Because there's just enough power here to still in dominance. Okay, seems like it doesn't matter. There's nothing else to marshal with that 5 gold, which is unfortunate. So Melisandre should be standing, obviously. And here we go. That's going to stand Drogon. Gives her -1. No, she has an attachment, which means it's tricky to target her. Drogon can get her, and the dragon is no slave, can't get her either, but seems like Drogon will just do military, right? She will have to be claimed. 1 copy, by the way, of In the Name of Your King in the deck. Well, okay. That means possibly he will be able to oppose a challenge. Or not. The other one just getting played. Yeah. Still, Melisandre can oppose Intrigue, I guess. If that's the challenge she does first. Now military kills her, right? But you're not sure whether there is In the Name of Your King. Yeah, so doing Intrigue first. And then Aerys will grab her event back. Yeah, Baratheon is not going to be fast enough, I don't think. So down to 9 after the power claim, up to 12 in dominance with Winter Festival. But then if you play Feast for Crows, you're going to lose the power challenge again, so it won't be 15. And now with a completely empty board, even the Iron Throne is not guaranteed to win dominance against cards like Drogon in play. Although he does return right now because of waking the dragon. Well, 12-5. Well, it's not going to time, that's for sure, but Palpa does need a few more rounds to catch up, because he doesn't have any renown. Baratheon dead, and Jorah in the discard pile. Khal Drogo also nowhere to be seen. So now what? Feast for Crows or counting coppers? Counting coppers into Silisi maybe gives you some chance. Yeah, hoping for that top deck, letting Palpa go first. Drogon has ambush, but there's no gold this round. And nothing marshaled. That's unfortunate. So that just means 3 unopposed challenges. Two plots left. So Mad King's Command is one of them, the other is First Snow. Yeah, even First Snow. This guy has ambush. Seren duped, so pretty good, but I guess Mad King's Command even better. No, goes for First Snow against Feast for Crows, which is just about enough to win the game if it's still 12 when we come to dominance. Seems unlikely though, right? Could also get a second chamber. Ah, there she is. Unfortunately, on first snow just means Kindly Man going back now. And coming back in to do the power challenge with Dragon is now slave should be doable. And the chance to kill the characters. There's the need effect though. Okay, so I guess you go power first. Just win it, even if it's opposed. Then Drogon. Intrigue first, okay. Yeah, just kills him that way, fine. She's knelt anyway. And there's still gold to put the power icon in. And it's going to be enough, but with chamber in play it would not be. So still going back to that decision to have it discarded. Well, if the chamber was in play though, then Mad King's command would have been played earlier. Still, even without Econ, maybe Baratheon was going to be alright there. And this should be game over, right? Or is it? Yeah, it's 14, so it's going to be 14-14. And then prized on Feast for Crows wins, I think, but looks like he's doing something else here. Ah, he has another challenge, fine. And that's 15 and plenty of time left, so that was some completely pointless obsessing about time. And Germany is still alive, so it's 3-1 after this one. Now we could have a look at the calendar. Because I think there's another game possibly. Or maybe not, okay, in 2 hours, fine. Then another one scheduled tomorrow afternoon. And another one still missing. Yeah, so Germany needs to get quite a lot from these last few games. 3-1 behind. And some big guns still on both sides. So, will be interesting to see what happens. I believe that's all we have for this one. So, thank you all for joining me, and we'll see you next time.